in my Q&A last Friday on Instagram, how different would in-season training be compared to off-season training? To be honest, I don't think there needs to be that much of a difference between in-season and off-season training, because in-season and in the off-season or pre-season, you still want to improve your sprint speed, you still want to get stronger, you still want to jump higher. The way I look at it, no matter what stage of the season you're in, you still should have sprint training in your program, lifting heavy weights in your program, plyometrics, jump training, a little bit hypertrophy work. The only difference I would really make is maybe take down the volume in the in-season, you can maybe do more volume in the off-season. And maybe in the off-season you do more sprint kind of training because you don't have that team training, so you don't have you're not doing as much accelerations, you're not doing as much cardio, you're not doing as much change of direction work. So you probably need to put that into your off-season training. And the way to do that would be doing more sprint training, more change of direction work like in a sprint session, and a little bit more cardio, like probably zone 2 cardio, maybe doing like one zone 2 cardio day, one more high intense kind of cardio day, and aerobic kind of work. Maybe doing that like once or twice a week, a little bit cardio, and doing like 1 or 2 speed kind of sessions too. If you're in the off season, you're not going to be getting enough speed stimulus, you're not going to be getting enough accelerations, so you need to supplement that somehow. And the best way to do that is by doing specific sprint kind of work. So yeah, in the off season, I'd probably just do more sprint work. Still, I wouldn't change much with the weight training, to be honest. Keep the strength training the exact same. 2 to 3 working sets. I think you're better off doing 1 to 3 hard sets rather than like 5 okay-ish, like only 2 sets that are good and the other 3 sets are crap. Like, I think you're better doing 2 to 3 hard sets. Even in the off season, if you want to build strength, I would still keep your strength training kind of lower and use your time to work on more sprint kind of training. Do maybe more jump kind of sessions and do a little bit more cardio, because that's what you're missing from the football season. So the way I normally do it is 4 sessions, 2 upper, 2 lower. I would do that in season and in the off season. And I would do for strength training, it would just be 2 or 3 sets for the main lift, accessories, 1 to 2 sets for the accessories, working on the groins, calves, hamstrings, quads, any kind of muscle, hips, any kind of muscles that normally get injured during your sport. Work on them till failure for 1 to 2 sets, and then fill in the rest with jumps, plyometrics and sprints, because realistically 1 to 3 sets to like pretty good hard sets in your main lift is all you need to get stronger. Doing any more than that, I feel like just takes up more time, takes more energy away from the other things you want to do, because you're not just a strength athlete if you play a sport. You need to be good at everything. You need to be athletic as hell, you need to be able to sprint, you need to be able to jump, you need to be able to do plyometrics. I think a lot of people think in season you can't make much progress, you need to do less strength work, you need to do less jumps, less sprints, because it's all about the game day, which is true, but a lot of people end up getting weaker, getting more injury prone, and feel worse during the season when, realistically, if you keep up your strength work, keep doing it at the same intensity you were doing in the off season, you're more likely to get less injuries, you're going to get stronger. A lot of people think you shouldn't push to get stronger in the in-season, you should only do that in the off-season, but because the off-season is such a small period of time, like 6 weeks maybe, you're not going to get much strength during 6 weeks unless you're absolutely killing yourself. And you don't want to do that, because then you're going to hurt yourself. Like, if you're killing yourself the last 6 weeks, then you go straight into pre-season, it's going to be difficult. Like, you want to kind of like be good the whole year round. Obviously take time off when you need to, but you want to be like fit the whole year round. That's the way I look at it. I don't want to ever get my fitness too low, because if people take too much of a break in the off season, then you've got to like push it in the pre-season or something. You end up, that's when you're going to open up to injuries. That's when you're going to be really unfit, and as I said, you're going to get more injuries. You want to be ready to go throughout the whole year. That's the way I view it anyway. I don't want to really get my fitness that low where I'm struggling at any point. I don't want to come into pre-season being really unfit. You want to be fit the whole year round. And the way to do that is to keep training the same the whole year round, and then the only difference is in the off-season, as I said, maybe adding a little bit more sprints and conditioning work to supplement the team training in the games you're not going to get. Then in season, keep the strength in, keep the jumps, keep the plyos in, maybe do less sprint work, because you're going to get that during the team training, maybe like 1 sprint session a week compared to 2 during the off season. And you probably don't need to do any cardio during the in season, because you're getting that from your team training and your matches. So yeah, I wouldn't change too much, just maybe add a little bit cardio, a little bit of sprints into the off season. In season, maybe take out 1 sprint session and take out all your cardio, and then just focus on your strength, jumps, plyometrics, lifting heavy, and working on those injury prone areas. There's no need to complicate it. You got to keep working hard all year round, and you'll feel better for it.